Hey guys, and welcome back to another build on my channel, and today we're going to be building a mid-century modern style home. Yeah, it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom home with a really cool theme. I've never really done a build like this before, but I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. So I started building it in Willow Creek, and yeah, I had a slight sort of shape in mind I wanted to build. And then I started adding some cactus plants and the sort of dry plants, and I added that pool, that lake kind of thing we got in Get Famous, and then I moved the whole lot to Oasis Springs because I just thought it would suit better there. But I used a lot of cool building techniques in this house. Like I used sort of a glass roof, which I'm just doing now, and I had little bit of trouble with it, but yeah, I also use a lot of furniture, which I don't necessarily use. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. The bedrooms are really good. It's sort of designed for like maybe two roommates or two really good friends, and yeah, so it's not that huge, and I think it's just over 50K. So if your Sims sort of just moved up in their careers, you could probably move into this kind of house. But yeah, how's you guys doing? I got a lot of really good feedback on the last build, the mansion, and it was really nice of you guys to leave all those comments. So thank you for that. And yeah, so right, what's next in the build? We're just adding some pillars. Um, I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out which kind of pillars to use because the ones in Get Famous, those really cool sort of brick ones, they don't really work that well with builds. Sometimes the pillars look diagonal, which is a bit frustrating. But I did this really cool sort of striated pattern with like the decking, which is quite cool. Yeah, I'm doing it now. And the color scheme was like not unusual, but different to what I would normally do. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the whole thing turned out, and there was a lot of trial and error. But the inside was really good. But it took me like 2 days to build this actually. So if there are a lot of cuts in between, then that's why. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. As you can see, yeah, I just that tree. I've never ever used that tree before. Um, so I wanted to add some new things, and then yeah, I was just sort of messing around, adding some like oasis trees and like palm trees and just small shrubs and stuff, and yeah, it looked really good. Yeah, I'm just adding in the Get Famous pool. I just thought it'd be quite cool to add. So yeah, let's have a look what's doing next. Yeah, the thing is, the lot looks really good in Willow Creek, as in the layout of the building, but in Oasis Springs it looks a bit like sort of a bit off, but I mean it still works, so it's fine. And it would have been really cool to like my plan would have been to like renovate the entire area in Oasis Springs, to sort of accommodate this mid-century modern style, which would be quite cool. Because right now we're moving it into the lot, which is a bit isn't in the high class part, which is a bit it's not necessarily flush with its environment, but it looks really well in the environment it's in. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it's going. Um, so we're just adding some terrain paint and things like that. I didn't go too crazy with the terrain tools, um, so yeah. But the build itself, as it turned out, really cool.
And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like, not only did I get to use, different trees and different, shrubbery and things like that, the actual design behind this build was really interesting. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So with my next build, honestly, like, it's anyone's guess as to what I could do, I'd really like to do maybe another mansion of some sort, like a modern one. I've said that in other videos. And just another family house in general. I mean, I built quite a lot of those, and if you guys want to check out my Origin ID, it's Ready Eddie YT on the Origin gallery. And if you guys want to have a look at one of my other builds, just like things I've done in the past, please like feel free. I'll link it down below. But yeah, I'm sure you guys will really enjoy some of the stuff I've built already. Um, One of the problems I had with this house was that the Get Famous windows are really random. So like some of them are really good, and these windows I really like, but not many doors fit with them, and it's really frustrating. The only doors that really fit are the Get Famous ones, but even then, some of them just don't work for some reason. Like for example, I tried like this door is nice, but it's just huge. And then I tried using the door with the sort of windows in it, like that one, and that looks even bigger. So I was like, well, that's not gonna happen. Um, and then I just used a smaller door, but it was like it's a 2 tile wide door with 3 tiles, and it's just I don't know, it's just stupid. But
yeah, the floor plan of this house was a bit weird. I mean, that's essentially it. Yeah, I mean, I probably could have done a better job at floor plans, but yeah, it works. Like we've got managed to get two bedrooms, which are pretty big actually, a bathroom, and then it's sort of an open plan for the rest of it. I would have quite liked to have done a split level actually, but I just thought it was not really going to work because the stairs take up a lot of space, which is a bit frustrating. But one of my things I really wish they would add to The Sims 4 are different types of stairs. I think that'd be so cool. Like spiral staircases or L-shaped stairs, that'd be great. um, but yeah, that's a bit annoying. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but to the right, that's that window and door. They look like they should go together perfectly, but they don't, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, the skylight let in a lot of natural light, which was really good. But sometimes it was just so overwhelmingly bright. And then I was trying to move up the cupboards up by one unit because I don't know, the windows were like copying through and it was a bit frustrating. But the kitchen turned out alright, and then I added this wooden bit and then just cut it off using a fence, which is quite cool. But yeah, I was having a lot of trouble with the door and window. But I used carpet in the whole house, which I've never really done before. I don't really use carpet that much, but yeah, it looks really cool, and I imagine it's sort of like a 70s kind of vibe, just carpet everywhere. So yeah, I didn't. I initially wanted to just stick with the 70s theme by only using like old-ish furnishings, but I just sort of went with whatever I felt was fine, and then I use a lot of the mid-century modern stuff from Get Famous, which I suppose adds that sort of mid-century modern aspect. But yeah, apologies if there's loads of like cuts and stuff. As I said before, I made this video across 2 days, so yeah, that's why there's a lot of editing. But yeah, what we do now? It's just another pause. Oh yeah, now we're adding the what's it called? What was it called? Sidings and stuff. Yeah, I used this blue color, which I think looked really cool. But then to contrast that, I used this sort of grey paneling, which I think I would have been better to use stone. But it turned out fine. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Just trying to add a little roof trim. And yeah, I kind of wish in The Sims 4 you could build like when I first got The Sims 4, the first thing I wanted was apartments. That was the first expansion or just addition to the game that I was really excited for. And then when Get to Work came out, Get to Work was fine. It was an alright expansion pack. We got new active careers, but it was just not great in terms of the value. I think the careers was the only thing really memorable from that. And retail, I've never really used retail in the game because it doesn't really work for me, and it's just really annoying. And Get Together was really good because of the world, but I hardly used the stuff in Get Together. I only ever used the world and the club system, which I guess is pretty important, but we didn't get any careers either. And then when City Living came out, I was so excited because apartments was the only thing I wanted, and that is my favourite expansion, I think, to date. And then after that, probably, I mean, I love Cats and Dogs because of the world. I think that's essentially what makes it better than Seasons, because in terms of gameplay, it's pretty equal. Did we get Korean Seasons? Yeah, we got the Garden career. But Cats and Dogs, you can be a vet. I think Cats and Dogs was the best expansion we've had. But for me, City Living is my favourite just because apartments, they're my favourite. They're just, I don't know, I use them all the time and I think they're really cool. So maybe actually maybe I should do an apartment build in a future video. That's not a bad idea. But I've never really done room builds, and like I'd quite like to practice focusing on just single rooms, because I feel like one of my criticisms is that I tend to build the same kind of style over and over again, which is why I like testing out like these different things like mid-century modern or traditional, etc. But no matter how much I try and like stay away from those themes, I always end up using the same furniture because either like the house is taking like 3 or 4 hours to build and I really want to get it finished, or it's just familiarity, isn't it? But I used green sort of wallpaper swatches, and I've never really used that color before, or like that swatch, and it looks really good, and I'm happy with it. So I feel comfortable with this house being like a good like sort of experiment essentially. But yeah, I'd love to build completely different styles and really just try and go for a different style house. So like I'd quite like to build a traditional styled mansion, but like not necessarily colonial, just like I don't know, I've got some ideas in mind, like really elegant essentially. So let me know what you guys think of that. And actually, one thing I did was really cool was I used different mismatched chairs for the dining room table, which I've never done that before, so it's quite cool. Yeah, just adding some bits and pieces there. There wasn't much space for a living room, but we got one in, which is cool. And then you did this sort of really cool, funky tile in the bathroom, which is a bit random, but sort of fits in with the style. And don't worry, we got rid of that bath shower thing. That's like my least favorite item in the game. I hate it so much. I just think it's so ugly. Like I said this before, but that's the problem with the base game. It's like most of the items are just really ugly. And in terms of like the quality of the items, some stuff like the stuff we've got in Get Famous, like the quality of the items is so good compared to the stuff of the base game. And I know that's because the base game is like 5 years, nearly 5 years old, and like the graphics have changed and things like that have changed. But like the newer stuff we're getting is a lot better quality, which I'm really really living for. But yeah, so what we're doing now, adding this tile to the bathroom, and actually these bedrooms, like I've not really used a style bedroom before. But I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. Like this one, I wanted to make a bit funky, like one bold color. And initially I was going to go with this yellow, but I was like, that's not really going to work, just because it became too vibrant. But then I made this like kind of peachy color, and it looks so good. Like I'm actually really happy with it. I mean, you guys may disagree, but it's a bit plain inside. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. And then the other bedroom is more like this blue theme, and that's really cool as well. So I'm really happy with how the bedrooms turned out in this house. And I'd love to sort of build, make some Sims that would actually live in this house, because I actually tried filming a Let's Play episode, and I had a really cool sort of theme in mind for a Let's Play, but I don't know. I find it really difficult to play the game and voiceover at the same time, just because I'm not really good at multitasking. That's why I love Speedbuilds, because you can build in your own headspace, and then when you come to do the voiceover, you're really focusing on the voiceover, not necessarily building as well. Which is why in Let's Plays, I don't know. I think I'm not really equipped for it. But let me know what you guys think, because I know in the previous video, a lot of you guys were saying you wanted to see a Let's Play, which would be, I don't know. I'm really enjoying the Speedballs at the moment, so we'll stick with those, I think, for now. But I mean, if you guys want to see anything else, like a room build or challenges or things like that, then let me know, because I really appreciate your guys' feedback and support. So yeah, we're just finishing up the house, and that's it. Adding the mailbox and the bin, and don't worry, I know there are 2 mailboxes on the lot, but we do get rid of the Willow Creek style one and keep the Oasis Springs one. Yeah, just on the very far left, I don't know if you can see another mailbox, but yeah. So this is the build. Yeah, I took quite a lot of screenshots when using the same thing. Yeah, it's just because I was trying to think of the thumbnail. But yeah, there's the kitchen, and I don't know if you can see, but we have the sunroof. So it looks really cool. Yeah, there we go. That's a better picture, and you can see the palm tree through it, which is really nice. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. Very open plan, very mid-century modern. Like I'd say, like we managed to pull it off, I think. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video. Subscribe, like, and leave some feedback for any other things you'd like to see, because it really does mean a lot. Just even just a comment saying like, oh, this was really nice, or just someone saying like, I don't know, anything, any feedback is great. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everybody.